Hello, I'm Dr. Linda Parker, urologist and senior health educator. Today, I want to save you money, confusion, and disappointment. We are going to look at 4 supplements that a lot of people buy for urinary comfort, prostate support, and midlife vitality, but that are, in practical real-world terms, a total waste of money for most men. I will explain why they fail to deliver, what the physiology actually looks like, and what to do instead if you want steady improvements you can feel in daily life. Let's begin with a simple truth. If a capsule promises quick results for complex age-related changes, your guard should go up. Lower urinary tract comfort depends on several moving parts working together: prostate size and tone, pelvic floor relaxation, bladder habits, evening fluid timing, sleep depth, stress reactivity, and overall circulation. No single pill can command all of that in 7 days. The sooner we accept that, the sooner we stop paying for hype and start building habits that genuinely help. Before I name the 4 worst offenders, I want to be clear about the goal. I am not here to shame anyone for being hopeful. Hope is healthy. I am here to redirect that hope toward routines with evidence and toward a few smart tools that actually move the needle. If you tried one of these products and felt nothing, you are not the problem. The marketing was louder than the science. You deserve calm, specific guidance, and you will get it here. Waste of money supplement number 1 is the typical testosterone booster blend. The labels sound powerful: tribulus, fenugreek dusting, proprietary male vitality matrices, secret herb complexes. The promise is more energy, more drive, more confidence. Just take 2 capsules with breakfast. The reality is that in men with age-appropriate hormone ranges, these blends almost never raise testosterone to a meaningful clinical level. At best, they can produce a short-term perception of lift by nudging the nervous system, which can fade within days and has little to do with urinary ease or long-term vitality. Many are underdosed, padded with fillers, or spiked with aggressive stimulants that disrupt sleep, tighten the pelvic floor, and backfire on nighttime comfort. A simple rule protects you on the spot. If the label hides exact milligrams for each ingredient behind a proprietary blend, assume the active compounds are too low to matter. What to do instead is far less exciting and far more effective. Anchor your day with a sleep schedule you keep 7 nights a week, get daylight in your eyes within an hour of waking, and add 2 short strength sessions per week focused on controlled movements for major muscle groups. Those steps support real hormonal rhythm, circulation, and mood. If you suspect clinically low testosterone because of persistent symptoms and confirmed morning blood work, talk with your clinician about proper evaluation. Do not spend months cycling booster bottles that raise expectations and drain your wallet. Waste of money supplement number 2 is high-dose zinc and the Mega Mineral Prostate Stack. Yes, zinc is essential, but more is not better. High doses can disturb copper balance, irritate the stomach, and paradoxically worsen fatigue and mood, the very issues many men hope to solve. The sales pitch is tidy. The prostate uses zinc, so extra zinc must help. That leap ignores dose, absorption, nutrient interactions, and the fact that urinary symptoms in midlife are driven more by dynamic muscle tone, nightly habits, mild inflammation, and nerve signaling than by a single micronutrient deficit. Many prostate stacks also use cheap, poorly absorbed forms of minerals and sprinkle token amounts of botanicals across 6 to 8 pills a day, then stamp clinical strength on the label. Clinical strength means nothing if the form is weak and the dose is wrong. What to do instead is return to basics that actually influence nighttime patterns. Front-load your fluids earlier in the day, keep lunch as your larger meal, make dinner lighter and earlier, take a relaxed walk after dinner, and set a consistent lights-down time. Those changes reduce nighttime pressure faster than any mineral megadose. Waste of money supplement number 3 is generic saw palmetto as it is commonly sold on store shelves. This one deserves nuance, so let me be precise. Certain standardized lipid extracts of saw palmetto have been studied and may help a subset of men with mild urinary symptoms. The problem is that the majority of bottles in the wild are underdosed, non-standardized, or extracted the wrong way. A label that says 320 milligrams tells you nothing about the actual sterile content or the lipid profile that drives the effect. In practice, many men buy random saw palmetto, take it for 2 or 3 bottles, and feel nothing. That is why you hear 2 loud camps. One says it is useless, another swears it helped. Both can be true, depending on the exact extract, dose, and your pattern of symptoms. Bottom line, as your urologist, unless you are using a clearly standardized product with documented composition, bought on purpose and not by impulse, generic saw palmetto is a coin toss and often a waste. What to do instead is prioritize the non-pill levers first because they are free and surprisingly powerful. Shift fluids earlier, walk daily, decompress your pelvis with 5 minutes of soft belly breathing in the evening, and build a wind-down ritual that trains your nervous system to release tension. If you still want a phytotherapy trial, choose an evidence-supported, standardized option, set a clear 8 to 12-week window, and track 2 outcomes only: number of night awakenings and ease of initiating urination. If nothing changes, stop. Do not chase sunk costs. Waste of money supplement number 4 is the prostate antioxidant megavitamin, especially high-dose vitamin E bundles, scattershot selenium, and lycopene stacks sold as cancer insurance or guaranteed comfort. This is not just a waste. It can be risky. Large trials have linked high-dose vitamin E to an increased risk of prostate cancer. Dosing matters. Context matters. Flooding the body with isolated antioxidants does not replicate the benefits of a colorful, fiber-rich diet. These products also create a psychological trap. You take the capsule, feel safe, skip the habits that matter, and weeks later, nothing is better. What to do instead is build your antioxidant power on a plate. Choose berries, greens, olive oil, tomatoes, beans, and nuts. Keep any supplemental vitamins in balanced, moderate ranges chosen for your actual diet and medications. Your nighttime comfort is more responsive to rhythm, movement, body weight management, and pelvic relaxation than to a megadose of any single vitamin. Now that we have pulled the plug on the Big Four, I want to give you a plan that replaces wasted money with results you can measure. Think of this as a 3-layer approach that turns hope into routine. Layer 1 is daytime rhythm. Hydrate earlier. 2 full glasses of water before noon and 1 after lunch, then taper. This simple shift protects hydration without flooding your bladder at night. Move your body most days for 20 to 30 minutes. Walking counts, and walking outside is even better. If you can, add 2 brief strength sessions per week. Push, pull, hinge, and squat with a weight you can control. Muscle is metabolically active tissue that helps glucose handling and circulation. Keep your larger meal at midday and make dinner lighter and earlier. That alone reduces nighttime urgency for many men within 2 weeks. Layer 2 is the evening wind down. 90 minutes before bed, shift the environment. Dim the overhead lights, reduce loud screens, and choose calmer inputs. 30 to 60 minutes before bed, do a simple breathing practice. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts, exhale through your nose for 6 for 5 minutes. This lengthened exhale trains your nervous system to downshift. If your pelvis feels tight, lie on your back with a pillow under your knees and let your belly rise and fall. This gentle decompression reduces protective gripping in the pelvic floor and makes initiating urination easier later. Layer 3 is targeted supports that are not hype. If you want a supplement in the mix, make it purposeful and modest. A standardized beta-sitosterol product at an evidence-based dose is one reasonable option to discuss with your clinician if you have uncomplicated mild urinary symptoms. Another non-pill support is a small square of high cocoa, low sugar dark chocolate in the afternoon, not the evening, to gently support vascular function without interfering with sleep. These are examples, not prescriptions. The real win is consistency with the first two layers. There are two common objections I hear, and we should address them now. The first is, I took a booster and felt amazing for a week. How can it be a waste? The answer is that stimulation is not restoration. Many blends create a brief buzz by activating the nervous system. That is not the same as a stable improvement in energy, mood, or urinary comfort, and in some men, it worsens sleep and pelvic tension. The second objection is, my friend swears saw palmetto saved his nights. He may have used a specific extract that matched his biology. That does not mean every bottle with a palm tree on the label will do the same for you. If you choose to trial a phytotherapy, choose a standardized product, set a timeline, track 2 outcomes, and be willing to stop. Let's make this even more practical with a 3-minute label checklist you can use in any store. Question 1. Does the label disclose exact milligrams of each active ingredient? If it hides behind proprietary blend, consider that a red flag. Question 2. Does the dose match what was used in studies, or is it just a sprinkle? If you cannot find a match, assume it is underdosed. Question 3. Is the outcome promised specific and realistic? Reduce average nighttime awakenings by 1 within 8 weeks is a real outcome. Feel like you did at 25 is fantasy. Question 4. Which habit will you pair with this product to make the benefit stronger? If you cannot name a habit, you are buying magic, not a plan. Because this is not only about bottles, I want to give you a 7-day starter routine that costs nothing and often produces early wins. Day 1, drink 2 glasses of water before noon, walk for 15 minutes in the afternoon, and keep dinner lighter than lunch. Day 2, repeat the fluids plan, extend the walk to 20 minutes, and add 5 minutes of soft belly breathing in the evening. Day 3, same fluids, 20 minutes of walking outdoors if possible, and a consistent lights down time. Day 4, add 2 short sets of a simple bodyweight movement you can do safely, like sit to stand from a chair and supported rows with a resistance band. Day 5, take a gentle 10-minute stroll after dinner. Day 6, review your evening lighting and switch 1 bright lamp for a warm, low lamp. Day 7, look back and note 2 things only. How many times did you wake at night on average, and how easy was it to start urination compared with last week? If either improved even a little, stay the course for another 2 weeks. I also want to acknowledge the emotional layer because it drives a lot of purchases. Many men buy these products because they worry that vitality is slipping away, and they feel alone with that worry. That feeling is human. The antidote is not a stronger capsule. It is a plan that restores agency. When you move most days, set a calmer evening tone, and make smarter choices at the pharmacy shelf, you stop feeling at the mercy of marketing and start feeling like the curator of your own well-being. 3 brief real-world portraits show what happens when men stop wasting money and start investing in what works. Daniel, 66, had a drawer full of booster bottles. He stopped them, front-loaded his fluids, moved dinner earlier, and walked after the evening meal. 2 weeks later, he had 1 fewer nighttime awakening on most nights. 4 weeks later, he said he no longer dreaded bedtime. Jorge, 72, had tried multiple saw palmetto labels with no change. We set a clean 12-week plan with a standardized phytosterol, 5 minutes of breathing nightly, and lights down at the same time. He marked awakenings on a calendar. By week 10, most nights he woke once instead of twice. Malcolm, 59, was taking zinc, a booster blend, and a prostate multivitamin. He removed them, returned to a simple balanced multivitamin, shifted his coffee earlier in the day, and added 2 brief strength sessions per week. 3 months later, he described his energy as steady rather than spiky. That steadiness is worth far more than any flashy promise. Let me wrap this up in one sentence that protects your time and your wallet. If a supplement's promise is big, fast, and vague, it is almost always a waste of money, while slow, steady routines outperform capsules for urinary comfort, confidence, and quality of life. I am not anti-supplement. I am anti-illusion. Use targeted tools when they make sense, but build your foundation with sleep, light, movement, timing of fluids, lighter dinners, and a nervous system that learns to relax on cue. If you have been buying the 4 categories we covered, this is your permission to stop today. Redirect that budget toward a supportive environment. Buy the walking shoes you will actually wear, a water bottle you like holding, a warm bedside lamp that makes evenings easier, or a simple timer that reminds you to stand and move every hour. Those items will deliver more value to your prostate comfort and your peace of mind than any mystery blend ever will. If this message brought you clarity, choose one action to begin tonight. Write down a 2-week routine you can keep, not a perfect routine you will abandon. Track only 2 outcomes on a paper calendar: nighttime awakenings and ease of starting urination. Small, steady improvements count because they stack. Share this video with a friend who is tired of paying for promises, and subscribe if you want more calm, respectful guidance that treats men's health with dignity. I am Dr. Linda Parker. Thank you for your time and your trust. Your body at this stage of life is responsive when you treat it consistently and kindly, and your best years of steadiness and confidence are built, not bought. Disclaimer: this video is educational and not medical advice. Talk with your clinician before starting, stopping, or changing any supplement, especially if you have health conditions or take prescription medications.